Hi guys! In today's video, we're going to dive into the complex dynamics of a relationship between fearful avoidant and dismissive avoidant attachment styles. My name is Luna Aimee and I'm a life and attachment style coach and an author of books on attachment styles. What attachment style are you? And understanding and overcoming anxious attachment style. And you can find the links to my books in the comments below. So let's start with reminding ourselves a little bit what these attachment styles are. So people with fearful avoidant attachment style are people who are craving emotional connection, but at the same time they fear it. So they might want to get closer in the relationship, but when they get really close, they get afraid and they start pushing their partner away. And the dismissive avoidant people are very self-reliant and they value independence in their life and in the relationships. They often avoid emotional closeness to protect them from vulnerability. So as they both have the avoidant part, they have some similarities, but they have a lot of differences as well. And this is what draws them to each other. For example, fearful avoidant really values boundary setting by the dismissive avoidant, and also their logic and independence. By the way, the fearful avoidant can also be very independent, and this is something that can get them closer at the beginning because they have the same needs. But fearful avoidant will at some point need also this emotional closeness, and this is when the dismissive avoidant will start to feel trapped. So the main differences between those attachment styles are the way they react to emotions. The fearful avoidant is very emotional and they feel the highs and lows of their emotions very strong. They also very hyper vigilant in their relationships and they tend to read between the lines, interpret the mimics of their partner and understand their feelings from their expression and using also their intuition. On the other hand, the dismissive avoidant doesn't like to express emotions and tries to protect himself from this vulnerability. So for example, when fearful avoidant will express their needs and feelings when they are feeling neglected by the dismissive avoidant, the dismissive avoidant might pull away even more, close himself, because this emotional outburst is just too much for him. When it comes to relationship needs, the fearful avoidant seeks emotional connection, passion, and presence, but fears being abandoned. The contradiction here is that they crave at the same time independence and closeness. The dismissive avoidant, on the other hand, values the independence and the independence only. They seek safety, stability, and predictability in their relationship, and they avoid emotional situations. When it comes to setting boundaries, the fearful avoidant has this cycle of boundary setting because they tend to cross their boundaries and do a lot for their partner. They keep doing this until it's too much, and it ends up with a frustration on their part, and then they set really rigid boundaries. On the other hand, the dismissive avoidant sets clear boundaries from the beginning, and it is kept throughout the relationship. So let's discuss the common challenges in relationship for those two attachment styles when they get together. So the first challenge is the communication. The communication issues arise from the fact that, for example, in case of a conflict, fearful avoidant reacts very emotionally. And when they react emotionally, the dismissive avoidant shuts down. And the fearful avoidant in this situation feels neglected, so they react even more emotionally because they feel unheard, they don't feel understood in this situation. Because of that, they might even raise voice during conflict, and after that, they will feel really guilty. Because this is a common thing among the fearful avoidants, that after showing too much emotions, they feel really guilty. The second challenge is the emotional distance. The dismissive avoidant may have issues to fulfill fearful avoidant needs for reassurance, closeness, emotional closeness. And when the fearful avoidant in this situation feels neglected and criticize the partner, this is acting on the core wound of the dismissive avoidant, because they just cannot be criticized. They take the criticism really badly. The third challenge is the conflict avoidance, and this conflict avoidance comes from the dismissive avoidant partner part, because they don't like those emotional situations, so they try to avoid them. They prefer this stability in relationships, so for them it's better to just wait until it passes rather than discuss. On the other hand, the fearful avoidant has this big need for resolving the issue, and because of this there might be even more conflicts between them and unresolved issues that persist in time. The fourth challenge are the trust issues. So this comes from the fearful avoidant partner side, because this is connected with their wounds. They have real problems with trust, and they always are thinking about bad case scenario. On the other hand, the dismissive avoidant doesn't want to go into discussion like this. They don't feel this need for reassurance, so if they don't understand that their partner just needs this, they will shut down, and this will create again a conflict situation between both partners. Okay, these are the challenges, but of course those two can make it work. The first thing is to understand these differences between two of you, because if both of you take into consideration the needs of your partner, then you can try to act in the way to fulfill these needs in a conflict situation when with them. So for example, when it comes to communication, try to have this open communication. So it will of course demand a little bit more effort from dismissive avoidant partner side, because they don't really like to discuss during conflict. But when you understand that this is really important for your partner, and this reassures your partner, then this small effort can make such a big change. The second tip is to work on trust gradually. So from the fearful avoidant side that has the trust issues, you can work on it using the self-soothing techniques. On the other hand, the dismissive avoidant can make an effort and reassure the fearful avoidant partner more often. Write to your partner more often. Check with them more often, so they feel loved and they feel this connection with you. Another tip is to set healthy boundaries. So as discussed before, the dismissive avoidant normally sets the clear boundaries from the beginning. But work with your fearful avoidant partner. Ask them what are their boundaries, and when you understand what are their boundaries, don't cross them, even if they allow you to cross them, because as you now know, they are in this cycle when they will allow you to cross those boundaries, but then they will get really frustrated and set even more rigid boundaries as a result. And if you feel that you need some more support on all this, then you can try therapy or coaching for couples. In this way, you can get over these relationship issues more smoothly. So, can this relationship work? Absolutely yes, 100% yes. It's just a matter of understanding the needs and boundaries of the other person and taking it into consideration in everyday situations. Don't only think from your point of view, think from your partner's point of view. I hope you found that video helpful. If you want to take a quiz, what attachment style are you, then I leave the link to this quiz in the comments below. And please share experiences of your relationships in the comments. If you have any questions, also leave them there, because I always answer. And see you in the next video.